Help with where to retire in Mexico or why retire to Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Grab your popcorn, get a couple of beverages, and I will share with you 20 cities that I could live in. And I've lived in Mexico for 20 years. These are my favorite ones, and for each one, I'm going to show you a map, what the weather is like year-round, and rental prices. And for each city, this is a summary, and you'll see a link to the full video for each one. In the description below, you have to scroll down about 4 or 5 paragraphs to get to the list. Come with me in this travel through wonderful Mexico. Let's start with Zamora. The population of Zamora is about 140,000 people, and the elevation is about 7,500 feet. It was about a 2-hour bus ride from Morelia, probably the same from Ajijic or Guadalajara. I really like the city. Its population is not enough to make it a big city, and it's not real popular with Canadians or Americans. They have many universities there, lots of business. It's a mixture of age groups. It's really my kind of city, and we'll get to the weather and the rental rates here in a second. Very modern, very clean, very safe. Now, I do this for a living. Here I'm sitting in the plaza. So what I do to find a hotel, I go to Google Maps and they show you all these hotels. I look at the pictures and I never make reservations. I just show up. So try that method for all of these towns. Each of these towns is worth a 2-night or a 3-night visit. Now, I've lived in Mexico 20 years, so I've lived in all the hot places like Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta. But you can see here in January, it's going to be a low of 46 with a high of 75. In June, it's going to be a low of 78. A high of 104 maybe, but it's not going to feel hot and humid because there's almost zero humidity, so it's going to feel cool most of the day. Here are the rental prices. Low quality to basic, 9,000 to 11,000 pesos a month. That would be $400 to about $550 a month. In the mid-ranges, you're talking about $600 to $800 a month. And if you want to spend the big money, that's going to cost you about $800 to $1,000 a month. But I bet you could go mid-range or even low quality for sure in El Centro. Now, let me add, leave a comment, tell me what you think. But for each of these descriptions, in the description below, about 5 paragraphs down, there's a link to the entire video for each one. Let's visit Toluca. Toluca, this was about a 2-hour and 50-minute drive from Morelia. It's right outside of Mexico City. If you're in Mexico City, you can take a train from Mexico City. It's about a 45-minute ride from what I hear. The population is about 900,000 people with an elevation of about 8,000 feet. Toluca shocked me. It's super beautiful. They have lots of plazas, and it's very inexpensive and clean and safe. I was shocked. I could live here in a minute. It's really worth a 3 or a 4-night stay. I visited Toluca in August, and it was a high of about 75 degrees. There on the weather map, you can see in January, it's going to dip down to 32 in the nighttime, but in the daytime, it's going to be 64 65 in June, high of 72, low of 43. But I tell you, I would rather throw on a couple of sweaters than to sweat all day with a bunch of mosquitoes and pay $300 a month in electricity bills for air conditioning. The people were very friendly. There was lots to eat, and they have more than 30 universities in this city and a lot of industry and manufacturing. People have employment, and there's a wide diversity of age groups and lots of fun to have. It's a big city. Now, again, these are rentals in El Centro, smack dab in the middle of town. On the low end, you're talking $250 to $400 a month. Mid-range, you're talking $500 to $750 a month. And for luxury, blow your wad, baby, maybe a $900 to $1,100 a month. Woohoo! I would definitely visit Toluca, get to El Centro, and just walk around. They have all kinds of plazas, right? Oh, and then they have a botanical garden. Again, there's a link in the description below. You can see the full video there. Let's visit Celaya, another very surprising town for me. Population about 750,000 people with an elevation around 8,000 feet. All the people you're going to see walking around have on coats and hoodies. I was there in mid-August, and it was very comfortable. Again, lots of places to eat, extremely clean, very safe. And you're in Mexico with a lot of college students. They have more than 30 universities represented in this city. You can see Celaya is due north. It's about a 2-hour and 20-minute bus ride from downtown Morelia. And Premier Plus, my favorite bus line, they leave from Morelia every hour starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. You can go there at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or even 11 o'clock. Again, we're looking at temperatures I love. You can see in May it's going to be a high of 88 degrees, low of 58, and that's with no humidity. You can see in January or November it's going to go down to 43, but it's always going to be somewhere between 74 degrees and 88 degrees year-round with no humidity. Celaya was beautiful, and the animals were so well behaved. My man is just sitting there. He got on his donation cup, his hat and mustache, only in Celaya, Mexico. Let's visit Salamanca. This place surprised me also. Population about 300,000 people with an altitude of almost 7,000 feet. Extremely clean, lots of universities, and the cost of living is just out of this world. You'd like it, I'm sure. Now here's the map. Salamanca is due north of Morelia. It is exactly like a 1 hour and 40-minute direct trip on Premier Plus, and the scenery is gorgeous all the way. They have many plazas downtown and 3 major cathedrals. And again, lots of university, lots of diverse age groups, and very educated people. I totally enjoyed this surprising trip, and the food was wonderful. And here's the weather. You can see in January it's going to be a high of 75, high of 89 in May, with lows in January at 44 lows in May at 59. So yes, summer or winter, always carry a hoodie. I lived in the Bay Area, San Francisco for 5 years. It's the same story, but no humidity year round. Let's check out the pricing. You can see fully furnished, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, Mexican, 6,000 pesos, that's $300. 8,000 pesos, that's $400. Even once you skip to upper premium, they start at 600 to 800 US dollars. That's good living. We have one more city to visit, but leave a comment and tell us what you think. Also, we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's this Saturday. So click the subscribe button and that little bell, and you'll get a notification. You'll have lots of fun this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So let's visit Morelia. This is where I live. I pay about $480 a month for rent. I love it, and I found Morelia by total accident. Population about 1 million people, elevation around 7,000 feet. I'm never leaving. All these fabulous places in Mexico is great. I found this place by accident. I was living in the Chapala, Ajijic area, but you can see Morelia is about a 3.5-hour drive from Guadalajara, about a 5-hour drive from Puerto Vallarta, now that they have the new freeway in. But that whole area, the whole circle around Morelia, is all of these great cities with great climates. And hey, if you like what you're seeing, if you like the information, join, become a member. And then for as little as $3 a month, you can help support the channel so I can make more trips like this, find people to interview, update my computer equipment, and you can join the family. Click that join button, become a member. Now, when I moved to Morelia, I was living in Mazatlan. Yes, that's where I moved from. And I was here in August. It was about 3 years ago. And you can see it's going to be a high of 86, a low of 59. But I was sitting on the plaza in Morelia on August 25th in the sunshine, and I didn't sweat. There was no humidity, and the town is so beautiful downtown. I just said right there, I've got to live here in Morelia, and I moved. Morelia is a world-class city. I live on the edge of town, but if you watch any of my Morelia videos, I show different parts of town. They have all the big box store, all the technologies, scores of universities. It's fabulous. And look at the rentals. Basic budget, $5,000 to $8,000. That would be $250 to $400 a month. Now, I live in a 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom, fully furnished apartment, and I'm paying about $480 a month. That would be 9,000 pesos. If you want to live in El Centro, bump that up to about $700 to $1,000 a month. But I think that would be 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, fully furnished. In Morelia, this is in El Centro on the plaza. For me, it's a wonderful place. The temperature's great. My rent is perfect. Lots of educated people here. And I'm living in a town with 1 million people, very smart people. I love it. Have you been to any of these cities? Leave a comment. Tell us what you think. And let other people know. And hey, if you liked the videos so far, please click the like button. Leave a comment. I love this city. It's the city of Acambaro. Population about 108,000 people. The elevation is almost 8,000 feet. They have 2 universities there. It was a wonderful place. It's surely worth a 2-night visit. You can see it here on the map. It's about a 2-hour bus ride from Morelia. If you have a car, it'd probably take you about an hour and 20 minutes. Centrally located, great climate. If you go get a hotel in El Centro, they have a beautiful plaza. The people were very friendly, and I ate at restaurants. It was excellent with all very affordable prices, yes. The weather for me is great. You can see in January it's going to be 73. In November it's going to be 76 for a high. It's going to get a little chilly at night, but every day you're going to be rocking and rolling with great 70 to 80 degree weather with minimal to zero humidity. They have 2 or 3 universities in the town, so that means you have diversity of ages of people, you have educated people, and minimum tourists from the United States or Canada. That's why I live in Mexico, to live with the Mexican people. Great prices, great weather year round. I got this rental information from ChatGPT. You can just go there and type in 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished apartment, and you can see here they're estimating that the price is going to be like 8,000 to 15,000 pesos a month. That would be somewhere between 400 and 750 dollars a month. I asked them to find these prices for in El Centro of Acambaro. Now, have you been here? Leave a comment and tell us what you think about it. And if you liked the video, think about clicking that free subscribe button. Here's a city that really surprised me. It's Irapuato with a population of about 600,000 people. They have 3 major universities, elevations about 7,000 feet. I was very surprised. Let's look at the map. You can see it's a direct shot north from Morelia. It's about an hour and 50-minute bus ride if you get a direct trip. And so you're right next to the city of Guanajuato, also San Miguel Allende, so you can access international airports from there. I'd say this is a great day trip for sure from Morelia, or I would get a 3-night stay here, get a nice hotel right in El Centro, and just walk around and explore the city and see where you would like to live. I could live here for sure. So you can see the weather. In January, it's going to be a high of 75, May high of 89, and then over in November, a high of 78. You can see in January, low of 44. So you're going to have to wear hoodies at nights and throw on some blankets, but every day you're never going to get cooler than 75 degrees. And for me, perfect temperatures with no humidity. Now, I've lived all over Mexico, but I like a town of this size. Actually, this city is bigger than Mazatlan or Puerto Vallarta, but you're not going to see any tourists. It's just going to be a lot of Mexican working people and college students and you. That's the way I like it. That's what they say. And you can see ChatGPT says it's very affordable. This is all in El Centro's prices between 6,000 to 10,000 pesos a month. That's the $300 to $500 a month on the low end. If you want to get the jacuzzi in your room and, a hot spa and all that. You can spend $20,000 to $25,000. That's $1,000 a month, but way less expensive than the United States. And if you've lived in either of these cities, leave a comment and tell us what you thought about your visit there. Also, click that free subscribe button. And if you want to help us make more of these trips, you can click the join button and become a member. This city really surprised me. Jiquilpan. It was beautiful. The weather was fantastic. Lots of plazas, very peaceful place with wonderful people. And again, you must see this full video. It's about 5 paragraphs down in the description below. It's about, it's about a 2-hour and 20-minute bus ride from Morelia. Well worth it. It's kind of closer to Guadalajara than Morelia. Population is about 36,000 people with an altitude of 4,000 feet. They have 3 major universities. I stayed at a hotel right at the entrance of town. I think it was called Hotel Palomera, something like that. I strongly suggest a 2 or 3 night stay here. You won't regret it. You can see the year-round weather. 74 in January, 77 in November, 82 in May. Lows in January at 43. It's just like the other cities. You could live here year-round and never have to leave, never have to sweat. Again, the full video is in the description below. If you've been here, and tell us what you think, comment. I just liked walking around the city, walking around the plaza, lots of places to shop, lots of places to eat. I had my laptop, took some notes, took pictures. Everyone was very friendly with me, and I met some bilingual people too. My neighbors at the hotel were from San Diego. They spent a week, and they enjoyed each and every day. They have a great plaza. You've got to watch the video. It's in the description below. This archway goes all the way around. You can see here on the low end, rent would be $5,000 to $7,000 a month. That's $250 to $350 a month. I bet that would suit me just fine. Mid is about $400 to $600 a month. And then if you want to go high end, all of these are in El Centro. You might pay $400 to $500 a month. Now we're going to go to Uruapan. Population almost 400,000 people. Elevation about 5,000 feet with 9 major universities. This is the avocado capital of the world, literally. Green, gold, and the carnita capital of the world. It was kind of a short trip. I'm going to say it was about 2 hours and 10 minutes from the main bus station in Morelia. Uruapan was a nice, quiet, and clean city. Again, there's a link to the full video in the description below. It's about 4 or 5 paragraphs down. Also, if you want to see more of the 5 more cities, there's a link to that in the description also. But the people were very friendly with me. The food was excellent, very quiet, very clean. And the weather you can see in January, high of 73, May, high of 86, November, high of 76, And like the other cities, it's going to be a tad chilly in the evenings. But again, the elevation is 4,800 feet. It's about the same as Ahiheek. So Ahiheek is supposed to have the best temperatures in the world. So this is right in the same ballpark. This is a very sophisticated city, lots to see, lots to do. I would definitely give this place a 3-night stay to give it a try. Then what I would do, if you like it, move there for like a month or two so you can scout around and find the place you would like to stay in near El Centro. And if you've been there, please leave a comment. Tell us what you thought about it. And as far as rentals go, here you're looking at the low end. It's $300 to $450 a month. Mid-range, $500 to $750 a month. Then you have the high end. If you want to spend $700, $1,000 a month. And again, this is all for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, fully furnished apartment. Our last city really surprised me also. It's called Uriria. Population about 70,000 people. Altitude a little over 5,000 feet with 3 major universities. Beautiful homes, beautiful El Centro. You can see Morelia, and this is a straight shot up, not far from Leon with an international airport, San Miguel Allende, and Querétaro. Again, I just liked walking around the plazas. Right across the street from this plaza is a huge convent cathedral. It's in full in the video in the description below. But there was a lot to do here for a town of only 70,000 people, and they were all very friendly. There you go. January 74, May 87, November 77. Again, this elevation is 5,400 feet, pretty much the same as Ahiheek. So it's great weather year round, and the price is very affordable with many friendly people. So if you're looking to work online and you want a very affordable place to stay with lots of friendly people, a town with 3 major universities, you can meet people your age and hang out. Or if you're looking to retire in a not hustle bustle city with all the high-tech stuff that you need, you might want to give Uriria a shot. ChatGPT didn't have much information on this city, but it says that rent's going to be somewhere between 8,000 to 15,000 pesos for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, fully furnished. That's going to be $400 to $750 a month, staying right in or next to El Centro. Hey, we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Click the subscribe button. We visit cities every week, and subscribe to the channel so you'll get a notification. We're going to start with a wonderful city. It's called Anguangueo, with a population of about 11,000 people, elevation at about 8,000 feet. This is the butterfly capital. It's near all kinds of butterfly reserves. You can go there and spend the day. While this is a smaller town, the food was wonderful. I stayed at a wonderful hotel called Don Bruno's. It was very comfortable, and the owner, Mr. Bruno, was extremely friendly. It was a little tricky getting there because from Morelia, you have to take a bus to Ciudad Hidalgo, and then you take a mini bus to Anguangueo. The total trip time was about 2.5 hours. I would surely go and spend the night at least for 2 nights, but you could stuff it in to a 1-day trip. Now, there's a link in the description below to the full video that I made on this wonderful little city. And once you get there, you'll see that they have paintings and historical things about monarch butterflies all over town. It's enchanting. Surely you want to go for 2 nights. National Geographic has done videos on this place, and I could definitely live there. Now, with an altitude of 8,000 feet, you can see even in the hottest spot in May, it's going to be 76. And in January, you can see on the left that it's going to go down to around 36, but it's going to be a high of 65. So you're never going to sweat, and it's going to be a wonderful visual experience every day. To actually see the butterflies, you're going to have to get a taxi or a tour. That's going to be about 15 minutes outside of town. And then you're going to have to walk up a big hill for about an hour. I suggest get the horse rental and get on the horse and let that take you up to see the butterflies. So if you want to rent a place here, a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, fully furnished apartment is going to run you between 8,000 to 6,000 pesos a month. That's $400 to $600 a month. And again, the population is right around 11,000 people. So it's a nice, cozy, little, beautiful town with international tourists and scientists year round. Our next stop is Cotija. It was a beautiful little town. The drive there was wonderful. We're going to see some scenery on the way in. There's the sign telling us that we're going to take a right and head right in Cotija with an elevation of about 5,000 feet, population of 21,000. Very neat, very clean. The people extremely friendly. I could live in this city. The food was fabulous, and the people, again, very friendly. This is definitely worth a 2-night stay. I'm going to say this was about a 3-hour bus ride. You can see it over there on the left. You can take the bus to Zamora and then catch another bus over to Cotija. If you get lucky, you can find a direct bus ride. So there's going to be a link to this in the full description below. It's about 4 or 5 paragraphs down. And hey, join our Facebook group. There's a link to that. Every time we post a video, it shows up on our Facebook group. But we're going to walk around here in the plaza a little bit to see the full video. There's a link in the description below. So with a population of 22,000, it's not too big, not too small. The weather's great year-round, elevation 5,000 feet, like Guadalajara and Ajijic. In January, on the left, you can see it's a low of 42, but it's going to get up to 73. It may hit 86 in May, but you won't sweat because of lack of humidity. I really liked it. You can see it has the small, compact, European-style streets, no cobblestone. If you're a bicycler, you'd be right at home. And unlike Ahihic, you don't have to worry about dying because of cobblestone. And you can see here in the third line down, this apartment would be somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month. That's $500 to $750 a month. And again, there's a link to this full video in the description below, about 4 or 5 paragraphs down. I really enjoyed this city, the food, the climate. Yeah, you gotta go check it out. Not far from Morelia. Let's visit another beautiful town. It's called Quitzio. And this is only like a 45-minute bus ride from Morelia. They have a famous convent there. You can spend 2 hours walking around in that. Population is about 30,000 people with an elevation of 6,000 feet. You can see it's a straight shot north of Morelia. I was really surprised. I got there in less than an hour. You go across the beautiful lake on the way. It's worth that bus ride just to see the beauty of the lake. I liked walking the city. Now, the bus stop is actually right on this street. This is the main drag going through town. They drop you off at one of these little shops right where you see the doorways, and to get back to Morelia, you walk another block over and catch the bus in a similar situation. Because the city is right on a lake, look at all these giant, beautiful, fresh fish that you could chow down on every day if you live there. You can see that the weather's great. In May, it's going to be 86 but 57 in the morning. In January, it's going to be a high of 73, low of 41. And again, all of these cities, the weather's going to be pretty much great. You might have to throw on a sweater or two in the morning, but you can walk around and feel fresh around 11 a.m. Now, we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. You want to click the subscribe button so you can get in on the fun at 10 a.m. every Saturday Central Time. Here's the plaza. It's just beautiful and clean and fresh. And just think, you could live here right next to the lake. I totally enjoyed walking around the plaza. Going to the convent is a must. And if you look at the video, we talk about the history of the convent. It's a cathedral convent with excellent history. Just check it out. And if you like the video or if you've been to this city, leave a comment and tell us what you thought about your visit. So you can see here the bottom line. It says you can rent that apartment for $5,000 to $10,000 per month. That's $250 a month to $500 a month. You can't beat that. And again, you're only an hour away from Morelia. Let's visit Ciudad Hidalgo, named after the famous, he was a attorney, he was a priest, Miguel Hidalgo, who was famous for the War of Independence. But this city has a population of about 71,000 people with an elevation of 6,000 feet. That's a little higher than Ahihic. And notice the young lady there, she had on a hoodie, and this is the main drag It's a giant boulevard that goes all up and down the city, and the side streets are wonderful. You can see here on the map, it's a straight shot to Ciudad Hidalgo from Morelia. I would say it's about an hour and 20 minutes. And with a population of 72,000 people, it's not a real big city. It's not a real small city. So you've got universities in the town, young people, older people, not too many expats at all. And you can see here, it's going to be about 80 in May for a high, a low of 52, but in January, a low of 39. And that's going to go away around 10 o'clock in the morning and go up to 69. So it's great weather, best climate, Mexico. And this is what we do. Stay updated. Click the join button, become a member, and you can help support the channel so that we can make more videos like this to see we come out with a new one at least once every week. You can see the main plaza downtown. The city has pretty much everything that you want. Very affordable housing, big box stores, regular and local shopping is fabulous. And if you visited Hidalgo, leave a comment. Tell us what you thought of your visit. You can see the bottom line there. It's 5,000 to 10,000 pesos a month. That's $250 to $500 a month. I mean, you can't beat that price. That's what you call the cheapest places to live in Mexico and best climate Mexico. Now we're going to go to Salvatierra, and this was one of my favorite trips that I made of the year. This is the hotel that I stayed in. I forget the name of it. It was right off of the main plaza, and there are two of them off the main plaza. You must check out the full video clip in the description below. You can see this is about a 2-hour and 20-minute drive on the bus from Morelia. Population about almost 100,000 people. Elevation 5,000 feet. Businesses, university, a diverse culture. I loved this town. And I know I say I loved the town, but it was truly wonderful. Here we are in the main plaza, and you've got to watch the full video. There's a link in the description below, and that will give you full information about the hotel that I stayed in, which is right on the plaza. I believe this is Wednesday afternoon around 2:30. Again, the population is right around 100,000, elevation of 5,000 feet. You can see in January it's going to be a high of 74, low of 42. In May it's going to be high of 86, low of 57. No humidity, and with an altitude at about 5,000 feet. That's about the same as Guadalajara and Ajijic. Best climate in Mexico. The town is known for its cattle. The people were extremely friendly, and the climate was wonderful. Again, I could live in this city in a heartbeat, near major cities, but it is a city in itself. And it wasn't noisy or anything. And again, lots of places to eat off of the plaza. I would say this is worth maybe a 3-night stay, so you can explore and see if you can find a great apartment to stay in. Yeah, we do this regularly. Here you go. Here you're looking at 8,000 to 15,000 pesos a month. One bedroom, one bathroom, fully furnished, so that's $400 to $750 a month. There you go. So we go Saturday live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Click that subscribe button and you'll get a notification. And whenever we take a trip like this, we share videos of the joys of living in Mexico. Hey, if you like the content, click the join button and become a member and help support the channel for as little as $3 a month. Keep us on the road so we can give you more videos. Let's start with one of my favorite cities. It's called Jocotepec. Population about 47,000 people with an elevation of about 4,500 people, and it is yet to be fully invaded by expats. You can see Jocotepec to the left of the map. A very popular town for expats is Ajijic. So it's about a 15-minute drive from Ajijic and probably about a 20-minute drive to the Guadalajara International Airport. Of course, the big blue area is Lake Chapala, the largest lake in Mexico, and you could probably get a rental or buy a property right on the lake. There's a little hustle bustle to the small city, but it has an excellent Malecon, very affordable, lots of places to eat, especially if you like goat meat. Lots of goat meat shops. You can see the weather is perfect year-round. January's high of 74, 41 in the evening when you're in bed. You'll have to wear blankets. In May, it's going to be a high of 87, low of 57, but there's going to be minimal humidity. If you enter town from Ajijic, the first thing you're going to see is the beautiful Jocotepec Malecon. It's one of the most beautiful Malecons I've seen in Mexico, right on the lake. Great for relaxation and picnics before you head back into town for the hustle and bustle. And the prices are great. Check it out. A one bedroom, one bathroom, fully furnished apartment is going to cost you starting around 6,000 pesos a month. That's $300. But if you inch up the price some and get something kind of real pricey, maybe you'll get up to 10,200 pesos, and that's about $510 a month, or high-end $800 a month. I liked Jocotepec a lot. I lived in Chapala for 3 years. It's an undiscovered place as of yet. Lots of sights to see, and you're only maybe an hour drive from Guadalajara. Our next stop is Lagos Moreno. Population 172,000 people with an elevation of about 6,000 feet. That makes it a little higher than Ajijic, so it's going to be a bit cooler year-round. I spent a couple of days in this town. It's beautiful in El Centro, a wonderful plaza. Went out to eat on the restaurants, and it was really enjoyable, and nobody's ever heard of it, so the prices are good. It's way north of Guadalajara. You can see Lagos de Moreno, but a short jog to Leon, probably a half an hour drive. Also close to beautiful Guanajuato, not that far from Querétaro. And if you like hot springs, it's a hop, skip, and jump from Aguas calientes. If you've been there, please leave a comment and tell us what you thought. I just liked walking around on the side streets, finding places to eat. The people were friendly, and we make videos like this frequently. So if you like these videos, you can click the join button, become a member, and see the videos all the time, year-round, and become a member. And you can see January high of 73, low of 41 with 86 in the summer, May, springtime, low of 57. No heat, no humidity, no sweat. I stayed at a wonderful little hotel right off of El Centro, and I totally enjoyed walking around the city in the evenings, in the mornings, in the afternoons. I felt really safe in the places, and the place was very clean. The prices are great here. You can see 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished, starting at about $5,500 per month. That's about $250 a month. If you go down to the bottom, it says 8,000 to 12,000 pesos per month. That's $400 to $600 a month. That is per chat AI. When I'm on the road, I like to eat tortas because you can take them back to the hotel. It's like 3 meals, and this guy made me one. Yum, yum, yum. Our next stop is a wonderful place. It's called Morro León. It's connected to another city called Uriangato. Population about 47,000 people, elevation 5,000 feet, and it's the textile capital of Mexico. If you want to shop till you drop, you can come here and buy all the textile stuff, shirts, coats, shoes, skip back and forth between the cities. I think I stayed at Hotel Excelente. It was about $45 a night. That hotel is connected to both cities. And here it is on the map. I'm going to say it's about an hour and 15-minute drive from Morelia. A great day trip. You can see its sister city over there on the right, Uriangato. Both great shopping cities to go and shop till you drop. I felt very safe. There were a lot of restaurants there. And again, with I think each city has a population of a total of maybe 100,000 people. So you have universities there, distribution centers there. People have jobs, and the people were very friendly, and many spoke English. Here I'm going to show the year-round weather for Querétaro, but I don't think that the weather is going to be that much different in Morro León. The low in January is going to be about 42, high of 73, 85 in May, 56 in the morning. Again, all of these cities have minimal humidity. I was there for several days, and I enjoyed my full time there. Had to go in and get my Chinese food fix. Oh, yum, yum. I love my road food. Hey, join us when we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Click the subscribe button so you get a notification. Now we're headed to our next city, and actually it's a suburb of Morelia. It's called Santa Maria. They say the population of Santa Maria is about 5,000 people with an elevation of about 5,700 feet. It's kind of sort of like living in Greenwich Village, New York. This is the main plaza, and they're set up for a big festival. That's what all those tents are for there. But they're known for their super food. It's high on a hill. It overlooks the city of Morelia, but you feel like you're in a totally different city. And you can see the map here, Morelia at the bottom, which is where Santa Maria is located, high on a hill. You're about 3-hour drive from Guadalajara, and some people say 5.5 hours to Puerto Vallarta, but fairly close to Mexico City. They have many mole restaurants famous for that, and lots of small streets like this. I enjoy being away from the city with the hippies and the artists and the great food. I have the weather map up for Morelia, but this place is up on a hill, so I think the climate's going to be a little couple of degrees cooler. January, high of 75, low of 54. April, high of 86, low of 59. Again, 0 humidity, no sweat. They have murals. This is right off of the plaza near the main church. And each year at a festival, they award an artist and have their work painted right outside of the church or somewhere else in this town. Wow, fabulous artistry there. And you can look here, the ballpark figures 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished is going to be $10,000 to $15,000 per month. That's about $500 to $750 a month. More modestly at the bottom, you can see 8,000 to 10,000 pesos. That's $400 to $500 a month. I enjoyed Santa Maria on the hill, and you're about a 6-minute taxi ride into the city or El Centro of Morelia. So you have the small town feel, and you're next to a city with 1 million people and all the big box stores if you want. Let's visit our last city. It really surprised me. It's Querétaro. Population about 1.5 million people. Elevation close to 6,000 feet. Some people estimate they have about 70 universities there. Lots of manufacturing, aerospace work. It's a high-tech engineering town, and it rocked my world. I've lived in Guadalajara, Mazatlan, now Morelia, and I loved El Centro of all of those cities, but El Centro in Querétaro was out of this world. And if I had run into Querétaro before I ran into Morelia, I think I would be living in Querétaro. You can spend a full week there and have a great time. On the map here, you can see Morelia to the south, Querétaro to the north. It was a 3-hour and 20-minute bus ride. Very close to Guanajuato, kind of, sort of. Big, it's a world-class city. I only spent an afternoon there. I could have spent a week. Fascinating, totally enjoyable. I think Querétaro is going to be a bit more expensive than Morelia. But I think the choice would be well worth it, but not that much more. And you can see the weather, as I said, for all of these 5 cities, it's perfect weather year-round. 42 when you're in bed at night in January, but 73 and sunny in the daytime. May, 85 the high, 56 the low, minimal humidity, minimal sweat. And with all the plazas and the side streets like this, I got lost downtown, but I was happy to be lost. It's like you're in Europe with these beautiful, clean walkways. You're living down here in El Centro with students and engineers. And you can see here, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, fully furnished, about $13,500 a month. I think that's going to be about $650 a month. There below, they say it might be $12,500 to $22,000 a month. So overall, you're looking at about $600 to $1,100 a month, which is, I believe, higher than Morelia. At the very top, it says modest $8,000 to $16,000. That's $400 to $800 per month. A bit more pricey overall. I've been in Mexico for 20 years now. I totally loved Querétaro. Maybe in another couple of years, I'll make that move when my channel grows and I can afford a higher rent. Anyway, join us when we go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's this Saturday. Click the subscribe button so you'll get a notification. Hey, thank you so much for taking this journey with us. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.